What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today is going to be episode 136, and today we're going to be taking a look at Netflix. All right. So a couple of things are going on with Netflix. They recently got an upgrade. Just to get into the key points of this video, first we're going to go ahead and just take a look at Netflix on Robinhood. We're also going to take a look at when they're having earnings. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and hop into two articles. I'll skim over the articles about Netflix, but I'll also link it in the description below so you guys can read it on your own time. Then we're going to hop into TradingView, and we're going to look at some key levels, and particularly a psychological levels that's based around the current upgrades. All right. And then finally, we're going to go ahead and just take a look at playing a potential call on Netflix. So let's get straight into the video. All right, so as you guys can see, we have Netflix pulled up here. For the day, it is up 0.5%. For the week, it is up 1%. And for the month, 8%. 3 months, 12%. And year to date, from January to now, it's up 42%. The prior year, it was up 57%. So as you guys can see, Netflix has just been on a rip. And primarily, I would say because this company, it's not a monopoly, but it dominates the streaming industry so much. I think their closest rival is not any of those other subscription companies like Peacock and Apple TV and Amazon Prime. It's actually probably YouTube in terms of streaming. All right. But as far as like streaming, watching movies, Netflix is still the king. So key statistics here, we do see that the high of today was 690. And the 52-week high is 697. So it's actually very close to the 700 mark. And then the 52-week low is 344. All right. If we go ahead and scroll down a little bit more, we do see some articles here about Netflix. I'm going to just touch on one of those articles. And if we scroll down to where it says earnings here, earnings is actually going to be on the 18th. Right, so that's next week, and it's going to be available after hours. All right, the estimated earnings per share is 442. The last time when I checked Yahoo, the EPS trend was around $4.38. So it's pretty close and seems to be somewhat consistent. But let's go ahead now and just hop into those articles because, like I said, this is going to kind of give you some insight as to where it could potentially go. I definitely know that it's going to have some kind of movement based on these upgrades as well. All right. So the first article we have here is from Investors Business Daily, and it says Netflix gets price target hike as streamer dominates. All right. So it says Netflix stocks soared. Price target hike Tuesday ahead of company's second quarter earnings report. Signs point to the internet television network beating Wall Street's Q2 estimates, an analyst said. All right. So they're saying pretty much, hey, you know what? It looks like it's going to beat. All right. It says here TD Cowen analyst John Blackledge reiterated his buy rating on Netflix stock and raised his price target to 775 from 725. So it was 725 before. He has now raised it to 775. So that's one article, where it's just getting some positive views. The next article here this is from Dow Jones Newswire. All right. And it says Netflix stock could soar this high. Why Squid Game and NFL are driving up price targets. All right. And it says here, this is from Barron's. And in a nutshell, this just goes in here and it points out in this little paragraph, it says both KeyBank Capital Markets and TD Cowen raised their price targets for the streaming giant. According to FactSet, KeyBank lifted its price from 707 to 735, implying a 7% jump. And then we already know from the previous article that Cohen said he's raising his to 775 from whatever it was, which was like a 13% surge. So pretty much new targets are going to be 735 from one analyst, and then for the second analyst, it's going to be 775. Bear in mind that Netflix right now is actually below $700, but this is the price targets. And this information is coming out from these analysts. These are people who do research, intense research on the stock prior, a week before earnings is announced on the 18th. All right, so pay attention to this. I'll also go ahead and link this article in the description. Also in the description, guys, I recently started a chat where I will showcase my plays. So if you guys are interested in trading along with me, it's going to be $9.99 a month. The initial month is $4.99, and then it goes to $9.99. And like I said, the link will also be in the description. All right, so let's go ahead now and hop into Trading View and look at some key levels on Netflix. All right, so we have Netflix pulled up here on the daily chart. Currently, as you could see, I have a couple of areas marked off here. The first one I have is, I call this my recent lowest support area. So this green line is support. We do have a price of around $5.39 going to $5.40. As we could see, it touched this area once. This was back in January. All right, almost touched this area again back in February. And then it went on a surge from here, came back down to this area again back in May. All right, so pretty much like 2 months ago, it was back down to this area. So I would say this is probably like one of the recent lowest support. Obviously, we have another level of support up here, more recent, which is going to be in June. And since then, it's been ripping up. All right, now the recent 52-week high is around 696, 697, which is this point right here. But another thing I want to point out to you guys that you should pay attention to is this level here, which is the 700 mark. You notice I have it marked off as a key psychological level. All right. Both analysts had their price targets over 700, and I feel that this is going to be a key level in terms of playing options. So what I want to do now is hop into Robinhood and take a look at this, playing this potential call, the 700 call for Netflix going into earnings. All right, so we do have Netflix pulled up here in Robinhood. We have the options pulled up, and as you can see, the in the money strike right now is going to be 690. If we scroll up and we look at this 700 call, right, this is for expiring obviously on Friday in 2 days. This one is just 250. Now the in the money is 570. This one is 250. If we go ahead and we click on it, you're looking at high implied volatility. I like that. It also has a volume of 7,300 and an open interest of 3,366, both of which meet my minimum 4-digit requirement. The delta on this is somewhat decent. It is 23. Obviously, it's going to increase as time goes on. What I don't like here is the theta. This is a crusher. Wow, $1.26. That is massive, huge. I don't necessarily like that. But like I said, this is for something that's expiring on Friday. Let's see if we go out to July 19th, and let's see what this would look like. So we're going to go ahead now and scroll down. Right. And let's get to that 700 call. Whew, pricey. Right. 700, 2400. Right. And volume here is 3 digits now. Open interest is 4 digits. And the delta on this is 45. I still don't like this theta. It does look kind of crazy, but I'm doing this video before the market opens. So this is pre-market. These numbers could obviously change when the market opens, but this is a key psychological level. The 700 strike is something I would pay attention to if I was planning to play calls. All right. But that's it for the video today, guys. I just wanted to give you my brief summary on Netflix going into earnings, which is going to be next week on the 18th of July after hours. If you found this information useful, please consider subscribing. I make new videos like this every day, dropping gems that you could use along your investing journey. Please go ahead and like this video. Also share this video with a family member or a friend. Once again, thank you for watching the video. I do appreciate it. Y'all stay safe and have a blessed day. Peace.